Never harm your mother, not with words, not with anger, and not with silence. You owe her more than you will ever repay. She is the only one who loved you before the world even knew you existed. Can you comprehend the power of that kind of love? She carried your weight for months, felt your every move, and tore herself apart to bring you into this world. And what have you done? You've chased your glory, pursued your dreams. But what about her? Have you ever looked into her eyes and felt the silent prayers, the fears she never speaks aloud? Those lines on her face are not just signs of age. They are scars from battles you will never understand. Battles she fought for you every single day. Remember this: she is not just the woman who gave you life. She is the shield that stood between you and every danger, the keeper of your soul. She endures pain silently. Your mother has endured pain, both physical and emotional, that she has never spoken about. Think about the months she carried you in her body, the discomfort and the sacrifices. Every sleepless night when you were sick, every time she worked through exhaustion to provide for you, and every disappointment she faced when life didn't go as planned for her. Yet she chose to endure it all without complaint, because she loves you. A mother's resilience teaches us the essence of Stoic philosophy: to bear life's challenges with courage and grace. While we sometimes feel overwhelmed by our problems, we should remember that she carried her burdens without asking for recognition or sympathy. Her strength lies in her silence, and it's a reminder for us to face our own struggles with dignity. Next time you think you're struggling, think of her. What can you do to make her load lighter today? She will never tell you. Her regrets. Your mother may have sacrificed dreams she never told anyone about. Dreams of a career, hobbies she loved, or even a different life. She made these sacrifices willingly, knowing they would allow you to live the life she never had. But you'll never hear her talk about regrets, because she wants you to live freely, unburdened by guilt. A mother's silence is not indifference, but a form of love, a decision to focus on your future rather than dwell on her past. This reflects a Stoic idea. We should let go of what we cannot change and find peace in our choices. Have you ever thought about what she gave up for you? Take time to ask her about her younger self. Listen to her stories, and don't let her sacrifices be forgotten. Show her that the life she built for you has meaning, and that her choices were worth it. She prays for you more than for herself. Your mother's love for you goes beyond her needs and desires. Every hope she has, every prayer she whispers, is centered on your success and happiness. Even when she is tired, she worries more about your well-being than her own. Imagine the kind of selflessness it takes to put someone else's life before your own, not just once, but every single day. While the Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control, a mother's heart goes further. She hopes and prays for things she cannot control, because that's what love does. Even when you make mistakes or drift away, her prayers for you remain constant. How often do you stop to recognize this? A simple acknowledgement, a word of thanks, can mean everything to her. Don't let her efforts go unnoticed. Her prayers are her way of showing she'll always be there for you, no matter what. She worries about things she'll never admit. Mothers carry an invisible weight of worry that they never reveal to their children. She worries about your health, your safety, your happiness, and your future, but she keeps those worries to herself because she doesn't want to burden you. She knows the world is unpredictable, and no matter how old you get, she sees you as someone who needs protecting. This quiet fear stems from love and shows her strength. Even as she worries, she does everything she can to ensure your life is as stable as possible. Her worries are her way of loving you in secret, and that's something we should never take lightly. Do you call her often enough? Do you ask how she's feeling? It's easy to focus on your own problems and forget that she has hers too. Show her you care and reassure her. Sometimes that's all she needs to feel at peace. She never stops seeing you as her child. No matter how grown up you feel, you will always be your mother's child. To her, you're still the little person she held in her arms, taught to walk, and comforted through every tear. This doesn't mean she doesn't respect your independence. On the contrary, she's proud of who you've become. But deep down, she still feels the instinct to protect you. This connection is unbreakable, and it's a reminder that love doesn't diminish with time. Marcus Aurelius said that small duties make up a great life, and for your mother, those small moments of care and protection are what give her life meaning. The next time she calls to check on you or worries about something trivial, don't dismiss it. Those are her ways of showing she still sees you as her precious child, no matter how old or successful you become. Her love is unconditional, even when you fail. There is no failure so great that it will ever make your mother stop loving you. When the world judges you harshly, when you feel like you've let everyone down, she remains in your corner. This is not because she ignores your faults, but because her love for you is not tied to your achievements. Stoic philosophy teaches us to separate our worth from external success, and a mother lives this principle instinctively. Her love is constant, even when you are at your lowest. Think about the times you've been disappointed in yourself. Wasn't she the one who reminded you of your value? Don't take that kind of love for granted. It's rare and precious, and it deserves to be reciprocated with the same kind of loyalty and care. She sacrificed more than you know. Your mother has sacrificed more than you will ever realize. These sacrifices are not just the obvious ones, like time or money. They are deeper, often invisible. The dreams she set aside, the hardships she endured, and the countless times she put your needs above her own. She may never speak of them because she doesn't see them as sacrifices. To her, they were acts of love. But just because she doesn't mention them doesn't mean they don't exist. Imagine the strength it takes to give so much of yourself without expecting anything in return. This is a lesson in selflessness and humility that we can all learn from. What can you do today to honor those sacrifices? A small gesture of gratitude or a simple acknowledgement can go a long way in showing her that you see and appreciate everything she has done for you. She teaches without words. Some of the most important lessons you've learned from your mother were never spoken aloud. You learned about patience by watching her deal with challenges, about kindness by seeing how she treated others, and about strength by observing how she carried herself in difficult times. She doesn't need to lecture or instruct because her actions speak louder than words. This silent teaching is a reflection of Stoic philosophy. True wisdom is demonstrated through deeds, not speeches. Take a moment to think about the values you hold dear. How many of them came from her example? Recognize the quiet ways she has shaped you and strive to embody those lessons in your own life. She fears being forgotten. As you grow older and build your own life, your mother's greatest fear is being left behind. She won't say it, but she notices the phone calls that don't come and the visits that grow fewer. This fear is not selfish, it's rooted in love. She has devoted so much of her life to you that the thought of being forgotten feels like losing a part of herself. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to cherish the present moment because time is fleeting. Don't wait until it's too late to show her that she is still a vital part of your life. Call her, visit her, and let her know that her presence matters. These small acts of love will reassure her in ways words cannot. She will always be your greatest ally. Your mother is your unwavering supporter, even when no one else believes in you. She has stood by you from the very beginning, through every success and every failure. Her love is not based on what you can give her or what you achieve. It's unconditional. This kind of loyalty is rare, and it's something we should never take for granted. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive." For your mother, that privilege includes being your parent. Recognize her as the constant force in your life and honor her by showing her the same loyalty and love she has given you. Today, we've uncovered truths about mothers, truths they will never speak aloud. These truths remind us of the depth of their love and the sacrifices they make for us daily. But knowing is not enough. Wisdom demands action. Call your mother, thank her, and make time for her. These small acts will mean the world to her and remind her that her love and sacrifices were never in vain.